Alrighty, what is going on, my fellow champions of the realm? It's your boy Apache, and today we're going to be bringing you another coaching video, but it's for myself. I played this game in ranked, had some really good teammates, had the boy Bones. I'm pretty sure Bon Scott was on the ruckus, and had some pretty decent DPS. We were going against Bitey, Sam Cam, Knight. We were going against some good gamers as well. And I feel like we really struggled this game, and I don't think it's just because they had double support. I feel like I probably could have made a lot of adaptations and things of that sort, so that I could not only have played better myself, but created more opportunities for my team to succeed. Right. So as you can see, we're playing Barik on the map Ascension Peak. My role for this game is going to be point contest as well as an enabler. I want to enable my team not only to get angles with my shield, but just I want to create space for them so that they can do the things that they want to do. Buys. Call is going to be super important because they have double support. Rizzo to follow that up. They have a lot of CC. Haven because it was a little rough because they have a good mixture of both, right? But I feel like the Inara and the Grok are going to be shooting at me the most, which for the most part are going to be Haven damage. So I want to get Haven because my direct, I guess you could say, conflict is against Haven damage, right? And then for my last buy, it's going to be Phil. I can't really just say what it will be, right? But whatever I feel like fits the situation, right? So for my ults, I probably mainly want to use it to counter Inara ult, or use it to slow down aggro. With that being said, Grok ult, if they pop Grok ult, popping Dome gives my teammates a shield to play around or to hide inside of with the flamethrower. If they fear, I can pop Dome for my teammates to like reset inside of it. What else? I can pop Dome for myself if I feel like Eevee's gonna ult me, just get myself protected. Things like that, or I could just use it to buy time or space, things of that nature, right? Dismounts, because I forgot to go over that. The one dismount I'm going to be mainly focusing on is going to be from point to market side. Market side is the side with the well and the high ground, right? The other side is going to be, I call it cliff. And it has a fountain on each side, so that's like fountain side, right? So, yeah. And before we actually get into the game, I'm going to pull up a picture of Ascension Peak so I can kind of explain it a little bit better. So, with our comp, right, I'll write it down just so we can keep it, like, I guess, in a mental note, right? So, our comp, we have Barik, Ruckus, Pip, Andro, Cassie, right? So, this is the comp that we are rocking with, right? Where can I put it so it's, and make it smaller? There we go. Boom. Bam. Hopefully you guys can see that. But this is who we're playing against, and we are playing against a Eevee, Inara. How do I put the slashes? Eevee, Inara, Ash, Rock, right? So, the Eevee and the Ash are going to be playing together. The Inara, Damba, Grok are going to be playing together, right? So, with this being said, the enemy team has a very, very, very strong point contest. Luckily for me, this is a map that's very, I would say, catered to main tanks in the sense of it's very easy for you to contest and get on and off and things like that. You just have so much space to work with, right? So even though they have so much invested onto burning the point, our comp is still pretty well rounded to the point that we're not too worried, right? So when it comes to our rollout here, I should probably be playing on the objective. I would really like to say that, Pip should be here with the Ruckus Andy, and then Cassie can be playing back here, or a little bit closer, right? And, yeah. So, for my dismounts, right, because I was talking about that earlier, I should be directly, as soon as I get around point, I should be looking this way, right, this way, and a little bit here, whatever side for the thing it is. And I want to look to dismount anybody coming this way to give my team a little bit more space. Or if I can see someone this way or here, right? These are the dismounts I should be looking for. I feel like it should be 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't really see the 4, but in this order here. Check here first. Nothing, nothing, nothing here, right? And that's what I should be looking for as the main tank. Why? Because if somebody does end up over here, I want to dismount them and force them to use cooldowns to collapse onto my Cassie. Basically, this will allow my Cassie time to reset, whether it's here or to the pip, yada yada, right? So, yeah. So this is where I feel like we should be rolling out to, because we want to abuse the fact that our offlane is stronger, right? With Ruckus Andro, Eevee Ash, I just really don't think they can hang with them. Just so much mobility. Andro already kind of plays well into the Eevee. Same with the Ruckus, in my opinion, because you could just dive her blink spot. And the Ash, I just don't think she has the utility to just uh, manage that mobility, right? Since the map is so open. If they were playing in a closed area, it'd be different. But since in the open, I just feel like she'll just struggle way too much. With that being said, I can probably just sketch real quick where I think they'll go. Anara should meet me at point. Grok should be playing really close to her. Dombo will probably play somewhere around here, maybe. And then maybe Ash, Eevee here, looking to contest the high ground. I feel like this would be the smartest course of action for them, just because I feel like these three can just kind of hard focus me while these two kind of do their own thing. And then with that being said, the Cassie can look for alternate angles over here, right, to look through these doorways to get shots here, or even come over here and get angles on this as well, right, to kind of relieve pressure off of the Barik. It'll be a little rough if she stretches this far because it will split us up a lot. Maybe she just plays here and hard focuses this, and then peels for me if she needs it. Alrighty, so let's get into the gameplay. So for those of you who want to see my build, we're going to speed up a little bit. My first buys here should be Caught Rizil. So I think I should, but yeah, I do buy the Rizil here. Alright, cool. I'm going to speed up a little bit. Pause, look at my builder pick so I can kind of explain it to you. Let me just, hold on. Alrighty, so explain my build a little bit. So we're going to run. I figured out a long time ago, and it was also really cool because I noticed that other players, pro players, had kind of figured it out at the time as well. Failsafe has like really lost value, because the cards that it synergizes with well are really weak at the moment, right? So finding another way to play Barik, right? Another way, to I guess play towards his strengths. I've taken Failsafe out and I've gone for a more turret sustained build, right? With cooldown reset, and I play a lot more poke, right? I try to save my dash for getting out. I really don't like to always use it for touches. I want to be able to touch with just walking and then dash out if I really have to, right? So my dash, I really kind of want to use it almost solely for an escape, right? I feel like this card fuel efficiency is amazing, actually. It's only 0.3, but it definitely does extend your dash a good amount. A little bit of health making me a little bit more tankier because Barik is a squishy boy. Some sustain, like I said, so healing station. I probably could dump another point into field deploy, just to make it a little more balanced out. And then cooldown resets. We're running Arc here because turrets do more damage. I probably could have ran field deploy. I mean, was it like a fortify? So I could have had a bigger shield to kind of hang out on mid a little longer. But I think Arc and Fortify are pretty close. I think Arc gets a little bit more value because of the fact that you get more turrets, therefore, quicker, therefore you get more shield resets, in a sense, right? So basically, if they break your turrets anyways, that's 30% off the cooldown. That's basically 3 seconds off anyways. So, yeah. Alrighty. So we are going to roll out onto the point, right? And we're going to take a quick check at my teammates to see where everybody's rolling out here. So, almost perfect, I would say, right? We have the Ruckasandro rolling out this way. Cassie's playing around the rock, like I said, and I'm playing here. But the Pip is starting low ground. My issue with this, it's very hard for Pip to get heal angles, especially from the low ground. I feel like as a Pip, getting the high ground just makes your job a lot easier. And I'll give you a quick example why. If I come down here real quick, and I just go to this angle from this spot here, and I know it's not this exact angle, but basically you'll have ways to heal your high ground. you have a really good spot to heal your team. And if you do peek out a little bit, you could probably throw some shots for damage as well. You could heal your Cassie playing around this corner or this rock. And yeah, you just have so many angles, and you have a nice tight corner that you can play cover in. So that's why I feel like the Pip should be up there. But we're going to try to focus a little bit more on me. Ooh, where am I at? Did I change? Oh, I changed all the way to 9. Alrighty, cool. So we're on the point here. So right now, one thing that I want to address is that I want to play slow, right? I really, well, I need to get an info first and see what's playing mid. If Anar's playing solo, I should probably shield and just hard aggro her, right? The second the Grok tries to peel for this, I need to back off. Unfortunately, in our offlane as well, as you can see, the Ruckus and the Andrew aren't really playing synergized. It looks like Andrew's looking at Ashe, and it looks like Ruckus wants to dive onto the Eevee, or the supports here. Probably the Eevee. But yeah. So offlane's a little off there, and yeah. Right here, I should be looking, checking C. So right here, I get a little bit of info, and I think I noticed that the Grok's playing really passive here, so I should shield and try to duel out this Inara. I don't. That's gonna be my first mistake here. So now Grok is starting to look back at mid here. So now my opening has closed, basically, right? My opening to do a lot of damage was when the Grok wasn't paying attention, but now both supports are going to be looking at the Inara, so I need to back off. I noticed that, so I'm going to back off here to get some healing. Grok gets picked, but we lose the Ruckus in return. I think that's a fair trade, though. So put up a shield here. Just trying to live. So it's really rough because we don't have control of the right side anymore. So at this point in time, I need to realize Ruckus is dead. We don't have control of right, and I need to start playing left. So right now I'm just waiting for my shield cooldown, right? Because I know that there's a lot of people in mid just staring down. My team's really not getting the angles that need to at the moment. We get a pick, but we also traded again, which is unfortunate. I'm going to touch really late here. Touch. Now we're playing right side again because my Ruckus is back and he's trying to control right side. Gotta make sure I'm putting the turrets in front of me, right? I want them to be targets so that when they get broken, shield gets broken instantly. It's a really good chicken by Pip, but I get committed on by the Eevee. I was just way too low. So for the first mid, we're gonna point out some mistakes real quick, just so it doesn't feel like we're just skipping through everything. I need to get info on mids early. Where is the Grok? What is he doing? Is Grok playing with Inara? Okay, that means I have to play slow. Is Grok playing in the off lane? That means I can bully the Inara. Barik plays really well into Inara right now, just because of the fact that you have turrets, as well as you're shooting at her, and you can shoot while your shield's up, so you box her out really well. So if they're not giving her the attention she needs in the beginning, I should be able to burn her and basically give us the advantage, because she'll have to back off and get heals and get out of COD and things like that, right? So info is very important, and then alongside that, I need to make sure that I'm getting my turrets out here so that they get shot instead of me, and provide me shield resets. Alrighty, so just trying to keep a tabs on my teammates, see what's going on here. Ruckus doing Ruckus things. As I come back here, I should notice that we need to defend now, right? We don't want to give too much space, right? And the most important part of the map is going to be right here, right? And Ruckus is not going to be back for 11 seconds. So as the Barik here, if Ruckus was up here already, I would probably be playing down here. Why? So I can control this area, be able to peel for this, and have angles onto high ground to help the Ruckus. But since Ruckus isn't back, I think I decide to play up here, just so I can kind of maintain space for him to get back to whether he can look for a flank or he can come and retake this, and then I can adjust. So I have my ult. gonna pop shields for a peek here. They're gonna Grokle here. I'm gonna dome. The reason I dome here is because I see Grok ult, and he rotates to this way, and so I don't want them to be able to just shove me out, right? I just use my shield. I noticed that I used my shield really early when I could have held on to it a bit longer, right? So I want to dome here. I probably could have domed a little bit more in the door to give me a little bit more space to poke with, but I think this is okay. But this is basically just to maintain space. I should put a turret down here. Ruckus is being aggressive. That backs off. Putting a shield to block damage. I took some ult in the back line. End up getting a pick on our Cassie. At this point, we're probably gonna die. So I want to buy time, but yeah. So I should have died here. When I go inside there, I take away the angle from my pip, and it makes it hard for him to heal me. So I just need to keep maintaining the angle here. I don't need to walk inside. I need to be aware of what kind of healer I have, right? And where are the areas that I can be healed. So mistake there is I used my shield a little bit too early, right? And then after that, I put myself in a position to where my pip could not see me. Gotta be mindful of your healer's LOS. Right, so we're back on the point. We see that Nara's low here. We want to take aggressive angles. Putting a shield out to provide angles for us to poke in. So, this is one thing I was wondering about when I was playing here. It was that, so as a main tank here, it's really rough if you don't have offlane control because there's one angle that you can be seen from, 2, 3, and to contest the point, you have to obviously be within, you know, the range and stuff like that. So for the most part, I shouldn't have to worry about the first angle when my teammates are in off lane, due to the fact that, you know, they'll be contesting them, so they shouldn't have time to look at me. The only angles I'll have to worry about are 2 and 3, right? But let's say my team isn't in off lane. Now I have to worry. Oh, here's another angle too. We'll put 4 here, right? So there's that angle as well. So there's a lot of angles that can be held on me, especially all at once. This is a really rough defense for point tanks, not gonna lie. But yeah, so with my team in off lane, 4 and 1, just I shouldn't have to worry about. So I have to worry about 2 and 3. So the position I'm playing right now is okay because I can just shield this and play this correctly. But if my team isn't in off lane and I have to worry about all these angles, it then becomes really rough because I really don't know how I could properly hold this. Because even if I hug this, if the main tank presses me, you know, then I'm just in a lot of danger. So I probably have to play a lot farther back when they're not there, and just try to, you know, pool resources and things like that, and or maybe put some fire into offlane to help put damage there. I'm not sure, but it's just really really rough. But right now I should be okay. So I gotta make sure that I'm putting out my shield before my turrets break because that's where I get my reset from. I don't want to have my turrets breaking before my shield.
Enemy killing spree.
So right here we're just walking up to poke. We want to try to get a little bit of ult charge, things like that. I'll probably leave a turret down back here and then walk away.
30 seconds remain.
So we got Ruckus playing high. Just chilling. We need to figure out where they're pushing. So right now I need to realize. I think I realized people are pushing towards the right here.
10, 9, 8.
I'm gonna play more around the objective. Ash crosses over.
4, 3, 2.
Gonna Grok on off lane. I dome here because I know that I'm going to run out of my shield, and I was pretty confident that the enemy team had angles on me. We do lose the Ruckus though, so it's going to be a really rough defense here. I don't know how that fear hits me. I'm very confused, to be honest. I really didn't move. I should probably just not strafe at all and just stay still in moments like this. I probably might have like just pixel touched it and got feared off. But this fear almost makes us lose this point here, though. But I played this side. I put my shield down to try and defend from these angles. I have a lot of resil, I'm pretty sure. So the Ashe... Oh, no, I only have resil 1. So the Ashe wasn't able to knock me off. And then once I saw that they were hard aggroing in main, I just flipped here to try to reduce the angles they could have on me since I knew no one else was over here. But yeah, that fear was almost insane. So if they do fear and they miss, right, and you're contesting, just stay still, don't move, because if you have my luck, it will touch the tip of my beard, and fear you off the point. I do barely come back though, which grateful for, man, because I don't know how that happened.
Enemy triple kill.
And Cassie does Cassie things. Alrighty, cool. So we were forced to use Dome there, right? But we're still going to have Cassio, and we're still going to have Ruckus Ult. They used Grok, and they used Ashe, right? And they didn't complete the push, which means that we have the advantage early game. Two of their strongest ults are down. We need to bully them. Cassio, we can look for a Ruckus Ult onto the Ashe, things like that, right? But we need to look for something early, because once they build up their ults, they become very strong again.
18 seconds.
I should finish all. I should probably buy another thing of Brazil, but I buy Life Rip. Why am I buying Life Rip? I think I wanted to duel out the Inara more. Not really the smartest buy. I'm gonna say right there, chat. I made a bad buy. That wasn't smart. Why am I not buying more Brazil? Why am I not waiting for call 3? What am I doing, chat? What's going on? So I want to play a little bit more aggro onto the Inara. We are playing left side this time, when we honestly should just be clearly playing right. There's not an advantage over here. We're just playing so far away. Ruckus needs to look for a play here, but we also need to be playing really aggressive so that the Ruckus can make that play. So by us playing here, we need to play more aggro. We need to take more aggressive angles, right? We need to create an opening for our Ruckus because he needs to get an ult. If I had ult, I probably could have played really aggressive and domed, but since I do not have ult, I cannot do that. But I should probably walk up a little bit, get my team angles, and just be a little more aggro. We do block the Inara ult here. We're starting to walk up. Ruckus has the ability to go in now. And I get walled off. So I really didn't have an escape, a quick escape, but I probably could have just dashed over here, right? This would have been 100% the better dash. I don't know why that wall just kind of, like, my mind was just like, ah, yeah, I can't get out. So I'm going to just try to make this weird little rotation, and I got punished for it, right? So, yeah.
Enemy double kill.
Lose 3. As well as we're losing cap. Yeah. Great play by Ruckus. I get dismounted, so touch is going to be really rough for me. But Cassie or anybody should be able to get a thing from. We have mobility. Pip gets a touch here, which is really nice for me. Thank you, Bones. You are so nice. So now we are on the objective. At this point in time, we do lose Ruckus. Ashe coming back, but we do get a trade, right? So right here, I look for a really aggressive a shield angle, which I probably didn't have to here. I'm going to use this a wall to my advantage so that I have cover. I have a shield soon. There's the Grok ult, so they're going to aggro. I wanted to hold my shield as long as I could, so when they were going to look at me, I'd have it. They chicken. The Inara is just pressing me super hard. I really can't get off the point because of how fast the cap is, right? I was just trying to play for my ult, and then they fear. So that life rip 2 came in handy. I definitely didn't need Brazil. So my mistakes there, I would probably say it was in the beginning. I kind of used my shield a little early, trying to get aggressive angles when I didn't need to be aggressive. I needed to maintain my life as long as possible to give my Ruckus time to get back. As well as, what can I say? Not too sure if I made any other mistakes that I could remember after back. But as a team, we should have played right side. Playing left side just didn't make much sense there. So right here, I noticed that they're putting a lot of attention into my Ruckus. and he uses a lot of cooldowns, right? And I know we want this high ground here, so after we get a pick, I want to just dome here to give him a little bit of space to work with, as well as give him a little safe haven so that he can get his cooldowns back. I'm gonna walk up here, get a pick here. Messed up my dash. I don't think Ash is too fond of me. Just gonna ignore her though. She doesn't have the damage to kill anything back here. I'll try to finish things up front. Oh, but Bones gets knocked forward. Unfortunate. At this point, I know I don't have a support here, right? I just want to force out cooldowns, and I want to just waste time, right? I could reset here, but I don't want to give up this high ground for free. I guess looks for a play up here. We get a pick out of it as well. It's hard dueling with Inara. Force the wall. Does have Damba with him. Field deploy procs on shields, I'm pretty sure still. So it probably applies on the wall as well, so. Getting a lot of value right now. So I know I'm going to die here, right? So at this point, I just want to make sure that I'm contesting as long as I can. We get a pick as well. And we're still going. If you're Ruckus. Ruckus needs some help right now, man. Our DPS are rolling out the wrong way.
30 seconds remaining.
So I know I'm going to have to contest here, right? I do go a little too early. I definitely think I should wait a little bit longer so my Ruckus is able to clear out the left side, right? Remember when I addressed the angles? Me coming out this early is really scary because, look, 1, 2, 3, you know, possible 4, another angle over here, right? And I'm going to have to shield early to maintain my health, and by the time Ruckus comes back, even if Ruckus applies a lot of pressure, they could kind of just focus me because that's their win condition at that point in time, right? Because once I am dead, Ruckus can't contest the point. It's not going to happen, right? So my mistake here is I'm going out a little too early. I got to be a little more patient. I should probably sit up high so that Inara can't wall me at the front door, so I can make sure I get a touch. But I should probably leave a little bit later.
15 seconds remaining.
Nice ult by the pip. Still probably going to die, though, from all this damage getting poured onto me. But AV ignores me, luckily.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we defend. Nice. So, I definitely should have probably went out a little bit later. We might not have needed to use chicken. But, yeah. If I leave later, it makes it easier for my team because they're not forced to dump so many resources into me. Looking at my buys. What's going on? We got Brazil now. But no caught 3. We got a lot of caught 3, so I guess it doesn't matter too much that I don't have it. Because we have so many online. But yeah. Starting left again when we've kind of already addressed that right side is just so much better for us. And I guess it's kind of my fault, right? Because I can kind of just be a big boy and tell people I don't want to play left, I want to play right, right? So future references, if you know that playing on one side is just not favorable, speak up. Don't be afraid to tell your teammates that to tell your teammates that you don't think this is the smartest plan for whatever reason you feel, right? And if they don't like it, they don't like it. Whatever they like it, whatever, you know. But at least speak up, give it a chance, you know. Closed mouths don't get fed, right? So yeah. I think I noticed Ruckus and Cassie playing right, so I think I might adjust right side. So when Inara was winding up her ult there, what I could have did was I could have stepped in front of her and domed, and what that would have did is, if people don't know, is Inara ult can actually be blocked by shields, right? So I could have domed in front of the Inara, and I could have ate the ult so that my Cassie didn't get stunned, and this push isn't as free onto them, right? So yeah. Because the Ashe 100% dashes in because of the stun, And yeah, see you later, Bones. See you later. Big slam.
Have my back.
And here comes the fucking this shit. Look at her. Not even riding it, man. Yeah.
Killing spree.
Never stood a chance. So yeah, probably could have blocked that in our ult. Playing super aggressive for what? Don't know why.
Enemy
Dead.
double kill. Enemy killing
No. Stay there, man. Stop trying to do shit. A piece of advice that I got a long time ago from not only Wadu, but some other main tank players, mostly Wadu, was sometimes doing nothing is better than doing something. You know? Just because I can go forward doesn't mean I should go forward. Because contesting is actually really important. So, yeah. I could have let these guys do their thing, and I could have stayed alive as long as I could. And who knows? Maybe they clutch it up. And with me contesting, we have a retake, right? But with me dead, now they're gonna get free cap. And from the looks of it,
Enemy double kill.
you know, if I was there, Andrew probably could have played aggressive there, and we would have been fine.
Enemy rampage.
So Ruckus gets another good pick there. They do trade it out, but that's totally okay. I'm gonna touch here just because I don't want to be in overtime just yet. I get walled and feared. I should just get off. Just get off. There we go. Oh, but I get stuck in the corner. Oh, unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I just took way too much damage and got ulted.
Attack.
Oh, Cassie went for the touch a little too late. But, yeah. I had to play a little bit slower there. My team just didn't have the angles to protect me. So right here, as you can see, I am dumping a lot of shots into the Inara, which I guess it's okay. But like, why shoot this when I can shoot these, right? So target prio definitely needs to be on these over the Inara because these will die a lot quicker. So do get collapsed on this side here. Tries the chicken for me, but it was a little too late. We were too spread out as a team. But now they're holding multiple angles. So now it's definitely gonna be hard for me because of all the angles that they're holding. Anara has ult here, so she might just quite literally look for ult right after my shield. So that is a big spook. So we're chilling.
Thank you, friend. You are not welcome here.
Gonna hide in the corner. I wanted to make sure I saved my resources so that I could get my ult off. But I feel like that shield wasn't the best, as well as I probably didn't have the best angles on my support.
Enemy killing spree. Enemy killing spree.
That's how the cookie crumbles. So some people might chalk this loss up to double support, you know, things like that, blah blah blah, right? But mistakes that I made, right, as a player. One, bad buy. I'm not even gonna write this stuff out. It's too much. But bad buys, right? I bought Life Rip instead of finishing my Brazil buys, instead of finishing my call buys, which was a mistake. I wasn't a big enough of a voice. I wasn't telling my team why we should be playing here. You know, our win condition, like things I would usually do, like if I was in a scrim or something, right? Because obviously ranked is like a mini scrim. I do want to win. I do communicate almost every game, as long as I'm feeling comfortable, right? So you know, I could have stepped up in the voice department, making sure that I'm buying the right things, understanding the win condition, putting more shots into squishies instead of the tank, as well as getting more info for my team so that I can communicate better, right? So those are 5 things that I could have definitely improved on in that game. Hopefully, you guys learned a little bit from watching my mistakes from my point of view, and hopefully you guys feel like I judge myself fairly. Um, so yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to keep up to date with me and my stuff, right? My channel, sub. And if you like it, make sure you like and tell me why. Do you want me to add anything? Do you like when I draw on the map? Things like that. Just let me know what you feel, man. Alrighty? I love you guys. Peace out and take care.